Did you ever think the man who turned trash talk into broadcast art would be the next name splashed across a $50 million lawsuit? Well, that's exactly where Shannon Sharpe finds himself tonight. Center stage in a courtroom drama nobody saw coming that threatens to eclipse 3 Super Bowl rings, a Hall of Fame jacket, and the meme machine known as Club Shay Shay. The architect of this legal shockwave is Texas attorney Tony Buzbee, the same headline hunter who rattled Sean Diddy Combs with a barrage of civil suits. When Buzbee teased another empire about to wobble, insiders rolled their eyes. Until a Nevada clerk clocked a 166-page complaint accusing Sharpe of 2 years of manipulation that allegedly culminated in violent sexual assaults. Jane Doe, the pseudonym Buzbee's client uses to guard her identity, says she's done letting fame buy silence. And the line item damages prove it. $10 million for heartbreak, $10 million for lost opportunities, $20 million to punish, and $10 million in statutory penalties. That's not a comma error. That's a price tag designed to rattle sponsors, streaming platforms, and every network exec who's ever booked Sharpe for a ratings bump. Until now, the 56-year-old looked untouchable. Sharpe parlayed 14 seasons with the Broncos and Ravens into a second act as a social media kingmaker, out-memeing his own Super Bowl highlights. He sparred with Skip Bayless on Undisputed, built a podcast so hot Spotify executives whispered 9-figure bids, and turned cigar clinking monologues into gospel for a generation of sports fans. Success, it seemed, wrapped him in Teflon. But power, Jane Doe insists, was the very weapon he turned on her.
Friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Their paths first crossed at an upscale Los Angeles gym in early 2023. Picture it, sharp, sinewy, and animated, dominating the free weight racks. A 19-year-old college freshman squeezing in a workout between midterms. She claims he studied her routines for weeks, then pounced, insisting on her number, and astonishingly, an NDA before the first coffee date. She laughed it off. He called it standard practice. Eventually, curiosity nudged caution aside. She agreed to dinner, still certain the worst he could give her was an ego story for her group chat. The relationship, she says, spiraled quickly. Compliments became constant check-ins. Surprise gym greetings became unannounced apartment drop-bys. Arguments flared whenever she asked, "Where were you last night?" and flamed hotter once she spotted him kissing fans in paparazzi photos. Then Sharpe's private life burst into public feed in September 2024, when an Instagram live notification blared from his account and thousands watched an intimate moment with another woman in real time. Jane Doe remembers friends sending screenshots before she'd even processed what happened. Humiliation, she explains, turned to dread when Sharpe bolted to her apartment that same night, demanding she understand the lifestyle. What happened next, she alleges, was a new level of control. Sharpe started filming their intimacy, sometimes, she claims, without warning, and bragged that he'd share clips so no man would ever touch you again. According to the suit, the threats morphed into action in Las Vegas, October 2024. She describes arriving at his rented villa, arguing about trust, and trying to leave when he allegedly forced her into acts she begged him to stop. The complaint's language is harrowing. Sobbing. Repeated screams of no. Ignored pleas for protection. She says she fled at dawn, slept on a friend's couch, and ghosted him until business pulled her back to Nevada in January. Sharpe allegedly learned her location through mutual acquaintances and showed up outside her hotel. She claims their final encounter mirrored the Las Vegas incident, only shorter and angrier, leaving her in physical pain she was too ashamed to explain. Critics ask why she didn't call police. Advocates counter that fear, shame, and Sharpe's celebrity power can freeze even the boldest survivor. Either way, civil court offers a path she controls, and Busby knows the terrain. His strategy: stack patterns. Enter Michelle Evans, a New Yorker who sued Sharpe in December 2023 for defamation and emotional distress. In her self-filed complaint, Evans quotes Sharpe telling her, "I'll ruin you so no other man will want you." Jane Doe echoes that line almost word for word. Coincidence, copy-paste, or corroboration? Busby will argue the latter, weaving both women's narratives into a tapestry of alleged coercion. Sharpe's camp counters with its own storyline. Veteran crisis lawyer Lanny Davis blasts the Nevada suit as a shakedown, waving screenshots of flirtatious texts he says prove the relationship was consensual adult role-play. Sources close to Sharpe hint at hundreds of messages where Jane Doe calls him "my love" weeks after the first assault date and allegedly negotiates gifts for her silence. Expect Davis to frame Busby as an opportunist still licking wounds from a Jay-Z case that imploded when NBC reporting exposed holes in another accuser's story. But Busby's bullpen is deep. Discovery could force Sharpe to hand over any videos he filmed, consensual or not, and metadata rarely lies. If those files exist and show distress, the public relations calculus flips overnight. Suddenly, denial becomes a double-edged sword. The louder you shout, "It was role-play," the more jurors scrutinize the footage. Jane Doe's anonymity may not last. Federal judges favor transparency unless genuine safety risks loom, and Davis will argue he needs her name to vet motives, scour social media, and question ex-partners. If she's unmasked, every digital breadcrumb, TikTok likes, college essays, private DMs could surface during cross-examination. Yet that cut both ways. Jurors might see a young woman facing internet trolling for daring to speak, reinforcing Busby's narrative of power imbalance. Meanwhile, Sharpe's media orbit wobbles. Advertisers prefer controversy adjacent, not headline-centered. Streaming giants monitor sentiment algorithms. If brand safety scores plummet, exclusive deals stall. Even Club Shay Shay's blockbuster interview with comedian Cat Williams, remember that 40 million view grenade that revived Diddy gossip, now boomerangs. Critics say Sharpe capitalized on someone else's alleged misconduct while allegedly hiding his own. Could criminal charges follow? Nevada's statute of limitations leaves a wide runway, but prosecutors rarely jump without a cooperative complainant. If Jane Doe walks into the Clark County DA's office tomorrow, investigators will want texts, hotel key logs, and anyone who saw Sharpe outside her room. An indictment isn't guaranteed, but the possibility alone can chill settlement talks. Sharpe must now weigh three unpalatable paths: pay up and fuel whispers of guilt, battle Busby in public trial and risk recordings leaking, or roll the dice that Jane Doe avoids criminal court. Whichever road he chooses, the takeaway stretches far beyond sports. Celebrity once acted like a force field. Today, it draws laser attention to every power imbalance. Busby's filings may prove true, partly true, or collapse under scrutiny. Yet each headline forces fans to confront an uneasy equation. How much of our hero's mythos survives when the spotlight swings from highlight reels to courthouse steps? So, I'll leave you with this. If power lets you write the rules, who gets to hold the pen when the rules break? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you value deep dive reporting, and make sure you subscribe. Because whenever fame collides with courtroom drama, the next twist almost always changes everything.